Hi Leo, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Empress. All things lush, fertile, abundant and fruitful are abound this week. I actually like this card because it's got that, I mean, it is ruled by Venus, so it's got that kind of abundant energy about it anyway, but it's also juicy, right? So this could be some hot gossip that makes its way to you. This could be something sensual that makes its way to you. It could be a number of things, but let's give it some context. Before we do, remember that your 2022 Taroscopes are up and out there for your viewing, purchasing pleasure. So you can get yours on the link in the description box below, or you can check out the link on sorry, there's a link somewhere above my head, so you can click on that. All right, for your actions and options this week, you've got the Magician card. I love this, especially coupled with the Empress, right? Because this suggests that this week you have the potential to create your own abundance. What is it when you envision abundance, whether that's an abundance of money, an abundance of happiness, whether this is, a new home for yourself, whatever it is, when you envision abundance, what is it that you actually think of? And if you could create that, what would you create, right? So this week you've got the Magician card, you've got the gift of the gab. This is maybe you're getting some sort of hot piece of information, hot piece of gossip that really helps you get ahead in some way. This could be somebody like, in some ways as well, this could see you interacting with a powerful person. The thing is, because you've got the Magician card in your actions and options, this suggests that it maybe not necessarily that you are the power player, but you're definitely an equal or a peer. You're not somebody that's like subservient or underneath. Like, this is you being at a certain level and a certain caliber and being received in that way as well, which is really, really nice. You add to this then this Empress energy. This is some sort of communication that could really help you get ahead. This is information, bits of gossip, some sort of juice, some sort of interesting interaction that could come up for you as well. This could be a very sensual week in a lot of ways, but it does really feel like this is a week that is likely to help you advance some of your plans, or certainly gain some sort of recognition, gain some sort of acceptance, gain some sort of I don't want to say just abundance, because it's more than just money. It's more than that. It's like this week rather, a sense of personal magnetism shows up for you, and the way that you're received is very powerful. All right, so really, really nice. For your communications and conversations, you have the Ace of Wands. Right underneath the Empress card, this is sexy, it's vibrant, it's fun, it's sensual. This is a week where you can get your flirt on, right? This is a week where action, energy and passion show up for you. So I will say your communications are easy this week. They're fun, they're flirtatious. This could also be a great week where some of the conversations that you have could lead to amazing ideas. So don't just take it all at kind of face value. Show up. Obviously don't show up with a pen and pad, right? You wouldn't sit there and talk to someone with a pen and pad in your hand. But take note of the conversations that you're having this week, because some of them could lead to some truly brilliant ideas and or connections. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is a new direction when it comes to your work that opens up for you. Possibly by chance, This could be an inside scoop of some sort. Maybe, you know, there's a position coming up and someone says, oh, by the way, did you know that so-and-so is leaving? And that means that their job's coming up. And I actually always thought that you might be the person, you know, that could fill said position or said job. This is, like I said, this could be some, you know, like one of those things, or where maybe somebody that comes to you and says, oh, you know, well, I heard that this stock was going to do really good. You know, maybe this is the thing that you should buy. Like there's a sense here that you're getting the inside scoop somehow. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, whatever ideas you have already going in the background, whatever irons you already have in the fire are likely to be ones that really, really bring some wonderful developments into your life in some way, shape or form. So I'm really excited for you on this front. When it comes to those of you that are retired or no longer working, the message is simple and clear. Enjoy yourself, get your flirt on, have fun. Enjoy the pleasures of life that are accessible to you at this moment in time, no matter how small or large they are. When it comes to your love and relations, you've got the Hermit card. All right, so I've been talking about all this juice and this potential connection, and then you get the Hermit. I hear a lot of you saying that. But so what? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're having to spend time alone or that you're going to be lonely. This just suggests that you're being actually a lot more selective with the type of people that you connect with, right? So just because you're looking to get your flirt on doesn't mean that you'll flirt with everybody, right? Not everybody gets privy to the Leos, darling. Sorry, it was just a dorky moment for me. For those of you that are single, it does suggest if you are meeting someone this week, this is likely to be somebody that's older than you. It could be a person that's in a position of authority or power in some regard. It could also be a person who is very, very different to you, or could be somebody that is somewhat more private than you are. Now, one thing that I will say about Leos, especially ascendant Leos, right? When you think about what's happening at the fourth house, it's Scorpio. Scorpio isn't known for being out there, right? So what you find with a lot of Leos, yes, they can be loud, they can be gregarious, they can be all of those things and charming and suave, but their private lives, they like to keep private. Very, very private. Like a lot of Leos, even the ones that have, you know, the Leo flair that everyone talks about, they could be dying inside. They could have so much going on in the background and you wouldn't even know it, because when it comes to the home life and the private life and the personal life, Leos are very, very private people. So this is why I say to you, this person could be appealing to that. There could definitely be some new connection coming in this week with somebody that's older, maybe more distinguished, maybe somebody that's part of, and I don't want to say it, but maybe somebody that's part of a different class system or whatever. I don't buy into all of that shit, just because ew. But you know, like just very different, and that could really speak to you, because it's like, you know, this person ticks all the other boxes, but they're also very private as well, and that can be very alluring for you. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, there's something that you are dealing with behind the scenes that I kind of feel like you have developments on. So this could be new information comes to light that you and a partner are working on, processing, moving through. And in a lot of ways, especially because you've got the Empress there, this could be some good news that makes its way into your life or makes its way present. So I'm actually here for this. I think this could be great. For your money and materials, you have the Queen of Cups. So nurturing and nourishing your finances and your monetary outlook. You've got this right underneath the Ace of Wands, right underneath the Empress. This tells me that your opportunities to get ahead or for advancement when it comes to the money, the finances and the resources likely come through women, right? So the women in your life, this could be friends, it could be colleagues, it could be people that you've worked with before. These are going to be the people that help advance you in some way, shape or form. The Queen of Cups is actually great for money because it suggests that whatever's coming in on the financial level, you're growing it, you're nourishing it. It's not like you're just taking it and haphazardly spending it or throwing it out like rice. So this is great. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, This week you want to look after your stomach specifically. So if you know that there are things that you've done to overindulge, if there are things that you know you shouldn't eat, etc., this week I would look after that aspect of yourself. When it comes to your home and environment, this is you really, and it's interesting as well because the new moon is taking place in the sign of Scorpio, which for the ascendant Leos, to a lesser degree the sun and to a lesser degree the moon, although it is the moon, so is taking place technically in that fourth sign past Leo, right? So the fact that we've got a new moon in the sign of Scorpio and then you've got this in the home sector, the home is being nourished or nurtured in some way. Like this is where a lot of your attention and your focus is going to be placed, but also it suggests that your feelings are going to be very much to the fore around things to do with the home and the hearth. So your new moon message for that from the Human Design Oracle deck is, okay, that one seems to want out. The Gate 44 and Scenting, right? So this is always an interesting card for me. One, because it always reminds us, so this new moon is going to reveal to you something that your instinct is telling you. You may not have any like factual, tangible evidence for what you feel, but you know it. You know it on a deep, visceral level. Trust that and follow it. That's what the doggy represents. And then on top of that, the Scenting energy, this is about tapping into that instinct, tapping into that knowing that comes from another place. And finally, this is also a family, familial or pack kind of energy card. So it's really interesting that the new moon shows up in this way. I think it's going to bring some really great stuff to the home. All in all, this is actually a very good week. Remember though, you've got the Magician card in your actions and options. This gives you a lot more personal power than maybe you are acknowledging at this moment in time. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Take care, and I'll see you soon.